The Libido Doctor is in.
Hello and welcome to Libido Doc, a place where we talk about human sexuality with a focus on married women. I'm Dr. Suzanne and I'm your host here. Today I would like to talk about the reasons why men abuse women. Please like, share, subscribe, just show me some love, okay? All right. So, we're going to talk about the definition, the different types of abuse, the strategies of the abuser, and how it makes the person who is being abused feel, and the real reason behind the abuse. And I'm going to give a potential solution, okay, for the abuser. Because we want to stop this type of behaviors. All right, let's go. Number one, what is abuse? Abuse is the fact that someone is being treated with violence on a regular basis. It's repeated. It's not just one-time occurrence, but it happens frequently. What are the different types of abuse? Usually when people hear about abuse, they immediately think either physical or sexual. But there are many types, and I'm going to give you 6 different varieties. Number one, of course, is physical, meaning that your body is being violated either by hitting, by slapping, by, just anything that is done to your body. Number two, you have verbal and emotional abuse. And this is the insults, the name calling, the putting down, all that type of stuff. Now you have mental and psychological. This one is particular because the goal is to change your belief about yourself and to make you think that you are not capable of thinking right. So they will call you crazy. They will tell you that you are confused and you don't know what you want. They will downplay your input. They will ridicule you for what you're saying or the strategies you want to implement, but they constantly make you feel that you don't have, your thought pattern together. This is mental and psychological. You have financial and economic abuse. How does that work? It can be very subtle, but in general, men want to use their money power over women. They can spend the money that you're supposed to have for your household expenses on other stuff so that you have less money and maybe force you to go work. If, for example, you said, no, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, they will purposely spend more to let you know, well, you've chosen not to work, you need to go out there and get some money, okay? They can use the credit cards you own, the joint credit cards, and overuse it so that, again, the money you have for certain household items go into the payment of the credit card. They can make the decision to only have one car in the household. Then you depend on them for your transportation. It could be that they don't give you access to the bank accounts, or they open different bank accounts where they put money there and they spend it without your knowledge. It could also be that they restrict your allowance. If, for example, you are a stay-at-home mom and you need money allowance for grocery shopping or household items, they can restrict that amount of money. The other type of abuse is cultural, religious, and attack on your identity. Cultural, it could be that they make fun of your origin, of your family, of what you believe in, your set of beliefs that come from your culture and your upbringing. Identity, it could be that they make fun of your body shape. Maybe you've gained weight or something happened with your physique. They can make fun of that. Or if you keep your hair natural, they will make some remarks about that. And I think it happens a lot for Black women, where you keep your hair natural and the guy would say, oh, I don't like that. Why do you always keep the same style? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And all of a sudden, you have to do this, you have to wear wigs, you have to do this and to do that. If it's not coming from you because you like it, because you enjoy doing that, be careful if the man puts you down when you try to have your natural style. It's an attack on your identity. It could be religious abuse. Religious abuse is the use of the Bible to put you down, okay? It could be that they use, again, the Bible to demand submission. And they totally forget the part that says, husband, love your wife. They only remember the part that says, wives, submit to your husband. That's a form of abuse, okay? Because submission is a spirit. Love is a spirit. And submission can only respond to love. Okay, now in our culture, in our African cultures, women and little girls are brought up to be naturally submissive to men. But it's not the case everywhere. And sometimes when a man begins abuse, insults, put downs, economic oppression, as a woman, you don't feel that need to submit to him anymore. Why? Because he puts you in survival mode. He removes safety, he removes provision, he removes protection. Therefore, you enter in a mode of survival, like, my gosh. And because you are in that mode, you are not able to be in your feminine to really nurture him and submit to him. And I believe men don't understand that. They just think that submission is an act like, eating or drinking water, but it's not. Submission is a spirit. Submission is a spirit. Love is also a spirit, okay? All right, so other types of abuse is the sexual abuse. I'm not talking about the rape here, okay? But I'm talking about men who, for example, do not want to respect boundaries. You have to understand that women are cyclical. There are times during the month where they totally don't want to have intercourse, and this is due to the estrogen levels, okay? And then there are also times during the month when, for example, they have their periods, they don't want to be touched. But you will have some men who don't have boundaries. They feel that they have to access you, and that's not good. I remember when I was in medical school, I had a colleague who had a baby, and she was complaining that within 2 weeks, her husband was forcing her to have intercourse, even though she had so many issues down there. She had, tears, she had pain. He didn't care. And he wanted her to do it regardless of her condition. This is a form of abuse because, hey, look, me particularly, I love it. But it has to be done right, okay? What are the strategies used by the abuser? I listed 10 of them. 1, anger. 2, violence. 3, manipulation. 4, silence, they stonewall you. 5, blame. 6, isolation. 7, accusations. 8, humiliation. 9, victimization. And 10, guilt. Those are the 10 strategies used by the abuser. And what does that do to the abused person? Low self-esteem. It makes you feel guilty. You actually believe that it's your fault. And because you believe that it's your fault, you want to change the outcome. You are going to try harder. You are going to give him more of what he wants. You are going to try to get his approval. But then you realize that no matter what you do, he always comes back with the same type of abuse. Maybe the insults, the reproach, the accusations. By this cycle, it keeps you under control because that's the goal. The abuser wants to have control and power over you. Why? Because there is something that you have that he needs. So in order for him to tap into that, he has to keep you under his control. Okay, you have to understand that men take a long time to get what they really want. Women that have the qualities they like and they want. And a man can target you for months, sometimes years, before he's able to get you. And once he gets you, he feels like, oh my gosh, I am not letting her go. And he may feel the need to control you and overpower you so you stay around. And he will use all those strategies to do that. But really, the only strategy a man must use with a woman is to love her, to provide for her, to protect her, and she will adore him. You know, you don't need to be mean, you don't need to demean, you don't need to insult, you don't need to put down. Just cherish a woman, love her, and she will give you everything you want without even you asking. That's the secret. Okay, so what are those things the men want from the woman? Number 1, the care. You know, taking care of them, domestic support, cooking for them, catering for them, you know, for their body, for their needs and all that. Number 2, sexual availability. They don't want to be running around looking for a place to, right? So you being there, they want to make sure that you are available when they want it. Okay? Number 3, they may want goods from you. It could be money, it could be gifts, it could be your possessions, maybe your car, your house, and all that. So this is really bad. And we see that more and more. Men who just want to play video games all day long, they want women to take care of them, they're very feminine, they want to, that's another category. Another thing they want from women, their ideas. It could be their support, their encouragement. You know, there are some women who have such an impactful energy. They can come in your life and shift everything by the way they talk to you, by the way they see you, by the way they uplift you. So you want her for that. And if you feel that you cannot really keep her, or someone else may snatch her, you will want to abuse her to keep her there. So you can use those characteristics and her energy. Okay, it could also be for social status. Maybe you want to be with a woman that is gorgeous, youthful, has certain things about herself, certain achievements. So for social status, you can do that. For legacy, you can also do that because you look at her and you think, oh my God, she's smart. She can be a good mother. I need to have her for my legacy, for my children. So, I can have children that are well-rounded. So those are all the reasons why men need you. But instead of coming with the angle of love, they come with the angle of abuse. A man who is abusive is a man that needs help. He needs psychological help. He needs to understand that you don't keep a woman by abusing her. You keep a woman by loving her, by providing for her, by protecting her, by cherishing her. And as you do that, she will love you. She will not even think about looking around because her eyes are focused on you. You are her king. You are her God. You are everything she needs. But when you have insecurities, low self-esteem, you tend to abuse women, and it's not necessary. All right? Well, this was Dr. Suzanne. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.